that she said might yet be of service to him if he took care to use it rightly. And the old woman who was fairy told him a great deal of what would happen to him and what he ought to do in a circumstances, and after that she vanished in an instant, but always sight. He gaed to go a great way further, and then he came up to the old man herding the sheep, and where he asked whose sheep these were, the answer was, "The Red Etin of Ireland, Hans lived in Bellygan, and stole King Malcolm's daughter, the King of fair Scotland. He baits her, he binds her, he lays her on a band, and every day he dings her with a bright silver wand. Like Julian the Roman, he's one that fears no man, but now I fear his end is near and destiny at hand, and you're to be, I plainly see, the heir of all his land." The young man then went on his journey, and he had not gone far when he espied another old man with white locks herding a flock of swine, and he gaed up to him and asked whose swine these were, when the man answered, "The Red Etin of Ireland, Hans lived in Bellygan, and stole King Malcolm's daughter, the King of fair Scotland. He beats her, he binds her, he lays her on a band, and every day he dings her with a bright silver wand. Like Julian the Roman, he's one that fears no man, but now I fear his end is near, and destiny at hand, and you're to be, I plainly see, the heir of all his land." Then the young man gaed on a bit further, and came to another very old man herding goats, and when he asked whose goats they were, the answer was, "The Red Etin of Ireland, that Hans lived in Bellygan, and stole King Malcolm's daughter, the King of fair Scotland. He beats her, he binds her, he lays her on a band, and every day he dings her with a bright yellow wand. Like Julian the Roman, he's one that fears no man, but now I fear his end is near, and destiny at hand, and you're to be, I plainly see, the heir of all his land." When he came to the place where the monstrous beasts were standing, he did not stop nor run away, but went boldly through among them. One came up roaring with open mouth to devour him, when he struck it with his wand, and laid it in an instant dead at his feet. Some came to the Etin's castle, where he knocked, and was admitted. The old woman that sat by the fire warned him of the terrible Etin, and what had been the fate of the 12 brothers, but he was not to be daunted. The monster soon came in, saying, "Snook what and snook ben, I find the smell of an earthly man, be he living or be he dead. His heart shall be kitchen to my bread." He quickly espied the young man, and bade him come forth on the floor, and then he put the 3 questions to him. But the young man had been told everything by the good fairy, so he was able to answer all the questions. When the Etin found this, he knew that his power was gone. The young man then took up the axe and hewed off the monster's 3 heads. He next asked the old woman to shew him where the king's daughters lay, and the old woman took him upstairs and opened a great many doors, and out of every door came a beautiful lady who had been imprisoned there by the Etin, and ane of the ladies was the king's daughter. She also took him down into a low room, and there stood 2 stone pillars that he had only to touch with a wand, and his 2 friends and neighbors started into life, and the hell of the prisoners were overjoyed at their deliverance, which they all acknowledged to be owing to the prudent young man. Next day they set out for the king's court, and a gallant company they made, and the king married his daughter to the young man that had delivered her, and gave a noble's daughter to ill-gained the other young men, and so they lived happily the rest of their days. The end. Red